My name Timu John Fuller. I'm a media host. The Bɔdi Bεttεh Pass Gentri program we na Sierra Leonean of Greater Manchester and can to we. This is a program where they bring come in Krio for we young people them for let them understand in we own local language medical issues and advice where we medical professionals then within the community where they can normally give. I go through a quick caution. Say, medical people them, professionals them where they work in, they work in the various professional fields. However, they know they replace you medical consultant, i.e. GP or you doctor in a hospital. They only there so for provide you first-hand advice and information. Where if you sit down before you GP or you professional, it tell you something you be able to understand what they say, or if they go through certain issues. You know, based on the conversation where you get now, yeah, you be able to say, you know what, maybe I need to go see my doctor. You know, prevention is better than cure. You know, the sooner you understand what they go on with you, you go seek advice, the easier the problem will become. But before we start, I'll go get for introduce you now to the medical team. He made up of a couple people in our community, medical people in our community. This program, like I say, now the Sierra Leonean organization of Greater Manchester, now then they sponsor them. Okay. Now the people that within the team. Oh well, with the laptop. Okay, I will continue anyways. Today there's an agenda. The agenda is we go pray. Then after that, I go pass on to we session deliver. We go be Miss Fatima Ko. When I get for deliver a session today on how we go eat healthy during this crisis where we get so when COVID-19. Within with team, we get Dr. Mohamed Kamara, when the leader of the team, na a medical consultant na Manchester na ya. Then we also get Miss Rugi Kamara, when a mental health nurse and a community health nurse as well. Ingo they talk to we later as we sessions then go on regarding mental health and how they will keep healthy. We also get Mr. Ibrahim. So he say we unfortunately not there with we today. He sending apologies, but definitely go there with we next week. Himself na mental health advocate. Then you get Miss Fatima Kuroma when I get for the deliver the session today. Na a nutritionist, a registered nutritionist. Then you get last but not the least, myself, we na Timu John Fuller, me a business IT consultant. Within this program, you know, to medical person. So if you ask me medical question, unfortunately, me I not go to answer, but I will pass on to the panel. The panelists they will be able to answer you. Basically, my role within this is for make sure I provide the medical professionals here with all the equipment and logistics and resource where they need for let them be successful. So now the word that today we get Dr. Kamar. So I go ask him, dear Dr. Kamar, I will put you on the spot. If you go say a quick prayer for we as we custom put to we, normally we will be starting it in and we'll start out with prayer. And also we have to remember say we community will respect both religion, the two major religions they will get when a Christian and Muslim. Seeing that this month, a month of Ramadan, we will start with Muslim prayer. Then at the end, we will ask a member of the audience maybe for let them give me a short prayer in Christian. So, with Dr. Kamar, dear big, give me a short prayer in Muslim before we kick off, please.
Assalamu alaikum. Thank you so much for this. As it is, obviously, they begin with prayers, and it's good that we'll continue with this.
Yeah, the big I ask say dear let everybody mute themselves. I'll get for mute people then please, okay?
They don't you got charge there.
Yeah. أعوذ بالله من الشيطان الرجيم. بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم. الحمد لله رب العالمين والصلاة والسلام على أشرف الأنبياء المرسلين الطيبين الطاهرين وعلى آله وصحبه أجمعين. We go pray just a short prayer, let me know, because we don't delay. I think we don't get 10 minutes now, but we'll just make a small dua and then we'll end up with Al-Fatiha. As I say, Al-Fatiha, the mother of the Quran, a very important surah. Not without reason that Allah make in 4th surah, because the word Fath, na opener, na reliever, na make it fine for we open with anything with that. Because, you know, in that Fatiha, Surah Al-Fatiha, you get special prayer there, where you ask God to make you guide me in the right path and prevent you from the path where people that we don't annoy them, don't any anger, or then they will go astray. So it's a very important thing for them we do. And I make, inshallah, we'll go end with Al-Fatiha. So without any further ado, أعوذ بالله من الشيطان الرجيم بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم الحمد لله رب العالمين والصلاة والسلام على أشرف الأنبياء المرسلين الطيبين الطاهرين اللهم ربنا آتنا في الدنيا حسنة وفي الآخرة حسنة وقنا عذاب النار ربنا لا تزغ قلوبنا بعد إذ هديتنا وهب لنا من لدنك الرحمة إنك أنت الوهاب ربنا ظلمنا أنفسنا وإن لم تغفر لنا وترحمنا لنكونن من الخاسرين ربنا تقبل منا إنك أنت السميع العليم وتب علينا يا مولانا إنك أنت التواب الرحيم اللهم يا غافل الذنب المذنبين فاغفر لنا ذنوبنا وكفر عنا سيئاتنا وتوفنا مع الأبرار اللهم صل وسلم وبارك على سيدنا محمد وعلى آل سيدنا محمد كما صليت وباركت على إبراهيم وعلى آل إبراهيم في العالمين إنك حميد مجيد نصر من الله وفتح قريب وبشر المؤمنين ولا حول ولا قوة إلا بالله العلي العظيم سبحان ربك رب العزة عما يصفون والسلام على المرسلين والحمد لله رب العالمين الفاتحة أعوذ بالله من الشيطان الرجيم بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم الحمد لله رب العالمين الرحمن الرحيم مالك يوم الدين إياك نعبد وإياك نستعين اهدنا الصراط المستقيم صراط الذين أنعمت عليهم غير المغضوب عليهم ولا الضالين آمين صدق الله مولانا العظيم وصلى الله عليه وسلم. Thank you so much.
Thank you very much, Dr. Kamar.
Able for prevention. Well, the way you go prevention is to keep balanced diet. So you therefore eat, when I say balanced diet, it's not so for eat normal, what we feel say healthy. We therefore make sure we broaden what we eat in order for we forget the right nutrients, the right minerals for we body and for our health. The other thing where people don't know say, for keep good health in nutrition is 80% in a diet and 20% in exercise. So if you look at that ratio, you understand that diet is more important, and then exercise now also another thing where you therefore look pan. Now I know they tell people that now you therefore be gym master. That's not the case. When I therefore understand that even if you the walk down the road, you don't do something for help you diet and help your body for expand the calories where you don't consume. A balanced diet and exercise as well, when I therefore understand, say, it can help to prevent these diseases then, so type 2 diabetes, cardiovascular disease, and obesity. And also it could possibly, when I say possibly, is because I'm not saying for una now for left una medicine where your doctor don't give you now for help these conditions. But if una change the way when they eat, it go able for possibly reverse these conditions and go able for sustain them and possibly, you know, make them go away in essentially. But I know they say makuna not take on a medicine, on a consult on a GP, but then one important aspect by research where they don't see 80% diet, 20% exercise. Okay. So for people then they say, what's in our immunity and how it affects COVID-19? So the way I put on, I said the immune system, now the body in personal army for fight off pathogens. Within a pathogens? Pathogens are bacteria, viruses, or other microorganisms that can cause disease. So when I think about this personal army, when I give this analogy for say, if you get war where you there for fight and you soldier them, they're not strong, you know, when I'm not going able to fight the war, when I go lose the war. So if your immune system for COVID-19 is not strong, Now that make people then they die because the body not able to fight the virus off, the body not able for combat any of the bacteria or viruses or the microorganisms that then they cause this disease them. Even if you eat well enough, you go able for combat beaucoup disease then, because the minerals and the vitamins within the food go help for strengthening the cells within the fat against viruses, especially COVID-19. So I move on now to the vitamin and minerals within the help for fat infections. Now, eating a well-balanced diet is the most important thing for support the normal functioning of the immune system. Now, I put this quote from the British Nutrition Foundation. Normal so people then go understand, say, not to normal one vitamin they go help you fight COVID-19, not to normal mineral, one mineral go help you fight the COVID-19. Now, more than one go help you fight them. And when I say fight them, I know they say that now, when you take this vitamin, you go consume this vitamin, you go eat these vitamins, you go take these minerals, you know go catch them. We know say from the last session, Uncle Dr. Kamara, we don't tell we how we contract the disease itself. So we therefore continue to follow the government's guidelines in order for you not to contract the disease, instead of just thinking that if when they take this vitamin, when they take these minerals, when not go catch them. So I say that it's critical to address that there's no individual nutrient, food or supplement that will boost immunity or stop us getting highly infectious viruses like COVID-19. This is from the British Nutrition Foundation, because a lot of people then, now they go at the supermarket, then they go buy vitamin C, then they go buy the old vitamin D, but they not understand, say, now not a normal one vitamin, not a normal one mineral, will go help you for fight this disease. So now we'll go move by the food then and the different type of vitamin and mineral where we're go able for consume in order for strengthen our army, as I say in the analogy of the army of your immune system. You therefore make your shoulder them strong. So wait till therefore feel on shoulder them, now your cells, now your body, for makuna fight this virus. So vitamin A, now one of the vitamins where they help fight infection. How will they do that? Well, we get T cells now with body. The T cells now the soldier them of the body, let's say, where they identify which bad bacteria or infectious bacteria or virus then where they can for attack your body. And these pathogens, then they get removed by them T cells. The T cells then they remove any bad thing in your body. So which kind of food where you go able for eat where na African food? Because when I look at the recommendation where they give na normal European food now then they put there, but since we not a normal European food we they eat we they eat we own African food. I collect food them where we they consume as Africans and how they go help you for strengthening your immune system. So the first one, red palm oil. Red palm oil, we they use on beaucoup. We know say it gets health benefits. Beaucoup people then know, but it high in vitamin A. Red palm oil, if you use it in small, moderate amounts, I know they say for put the whole bottle of palm oil, you go put it in your pot. Not so than they say. I say when I use it with moderate amounts, when I go able to reap the benefits. So red palm oil, it high in vitamin A. It also high also in vitamin E, where they help brain function. So if I wanna consume red palm oil, it go help with the cell them. The other thing where when I able to eat, now sweet potato, carrots, any vegetable we get orange color, high in vitamin A due to the carotenoids, which is the main compound that the food where they give this vitamin A, this health benefits, which your body will then convert and go make vitamin A. The other food where high in vitamin A na liver. So if you put the liver in a food them, it could get high percentage of vitamin A. The other thing then where you go eat na green leaf vegetables. So if you think say you plus like crane, cassava leaf, potato leaf, then all high in vitamin A we go help una with this virus, when this infection. The other one where people then no know, now vitamin B6. Vitamin B6, they help to create new immune cells. So they go back to the analogy where I give now. If when an army, one don't die because he don't go na the war, he go fight the war, he don't die. When I therefore recruit more soldiers them for fight the war. So the vitamin B6, they create more cells where go help for fight the virus and go help for fight any bacteria or any thing that it does not belong in your body. So which kind of food them gets vitamin B6? So now yeah, I put egg yolk. So the yolk of the egg, it gets beaucoup vitamin B6. So if they eat egg, that go help una. The other thing, me I like Bẹttεh. I don't know who else they like Bẹttεh, but I like to put Bẹttεh in my placas, whichever placas I will be able to put on, I can put on there. Then sesame seeds are high in vitamin B6. So if they consume down there, again, it go help for your body for creating new cells. The other thing, we're high in vitamin B6, na avocado, so pear, now what they call an salon. Then you could put on your smoothie, you could eat them with bread, you could put on a salad. It's very versatile, so you go able to put on your diet quite easily. The other food then we're high in vitamin B6, na fish. Not a normal any fish, not oily fish where gets high vitamin B6, which also gets omega-3, but then we could go more into detail at a later date. So for example, oily fish, na salmon, mackerel, eel, bonga fish, if we get on, tilapia, all them fish then they then get high vitamin B6, we go help on our system for fat infection by creating new immune cells. Okay, this one are the big one, vitamin C. Now, this not the one where people then go crazy for, then go, when they go to the shop, I'm not able to find vitamin C because once the news don't say, hey, when I therefore buy vitamin C because it go help you with COVID-19. In some form, it correct, but in some, not so correct thing for say because vitamin C not a normal the one mineral or the one vitamin will go help you fight infection. But cool research there where they say vitamin C they help common cold. Not true, vitamin C they help common cold, but we therefore advise say that COVID-19, as Uncle Dr. Kamara be saying at the last session, not the same as the common cold. Is a lot more dangerous, is a lot more serious than the common cold. So we therefore understand, say, not a normal one vitamin, not a normal one mineral. But either way, vitamin C important as it helps for attack the pathogens. It helps the immune cells, so the army of your body, for attack pathogens. If they're able to clear away any old immune cells, we don't go to the site of the infection for attack the infection and remove them. And it also help maintain the skin, which the skin have an external barrier to infection. So if we strengthen that there, it go able to protect ourselves from any disease, any bacteria, any sort of foreign object where they come in our body. So as we all know, we get beaucoup vitamin C, now the citrus fruits then where we consume. So for example, orange, grapefruit, lemon, then all get vitamin C. But one thing where we don't know yet, because we don't get that information, not so information very readily available, is that vitamin C is also in okra. So okra gets beaucoup vitamin C. So if they consume okra, then they go help for fight the infection. It go help for affects also any bacteria or any foreign object with a foreign, let's say objects where they come in your body. The other thing where they say, the advice for people then for eat now also crane, any green leaf vegetables then get high vitamin C. I don't research them. He hard to get this information just because there's not a lot of people then the study with food. But the small information where we get, we gladly, as we go able to know waiting now with diets, get health benefits and waiting with the full limit. The other fruit then, where people they don't know, we get high vitamin C, where we they eat now with community, now papaya and guava. So if you make fruit salad with all these fruits, then it will help for increase the vitamin C. The other aspect where people don't know is that if they consume beaucoup vitamin C, it will help for iron to be absorbed more readily in your body. How is that? Vitamin C, they help for iron to travel throughout the body successfully. They help for the absorber. So if you need the increased vitamin C on a diet, it will help for absorb iron. Beaucoup people then, even now we community, then get iron deficiency, so then they lack iron. So when they feel tired body, when they feel weak, all of them are symptom of iron deficiency. So if when they experience them if you're not experienced then there, it's advisable makuna increase on vitamin C by supplements, but the advise on makuna go speak to a GP, me not to GP, so when I consult on a GP for this, but then one thing where well researched and people then should know that vitamin C is linked to iron absorption. Okay. The other big one, vitamin D. Vitamin D, important one for the Black community, especially. Uncle Dr. Kamara, don't touch upon this fact to say that community, then they have low vitamin D status, because the main source of vitamin D, they come from sun. So now we know they get beaucoup sun. So already we are, at a disadvantage to say that we don't have enough sun for our body. The pigments now with skin, they block the rays for able to make vitamin D, because vitamin D is made under the skin through the sunlight way when they get. Okay. So if we know say already we get deficiency panel, it's advisable that we take 10 microgram of vitamin D supplements. But again, if we get concern, we consult on a GP then we'll give you more advice for that. But the general consensus for vitamin D is, especially even for weight people then, through October and March, where the sun know the bits hard, when I therefore take supplements for support on a vitamin D status. So how then they link to COVID-19 or any sort of infection? Well, a low status of vitamin D is associated with a reduced immune response. So we go back to the analogy of the army. So if you shoulder them, then don't tire, then they sleep, or then they're too belly full, they're not able for grab because they're not able for response. So vitamin D is important because they help for make the immune system, so the army, for alert to not say, oh, this pathogen, this bacteria, this virus, we therefore fight them. But if you're low, you're not able for fight them. So now make it important way we consume vitamin D, especially in the Black community, given that we have this research that's been done. Me myself have been do research for vitamin D status on Black people then. And the sad thing about it, we don't get one question way before the session for us say if there is any particular salon food where when I go able for eat, where gets high vitamin D. Sadly, there is not. Even in the European diets, they don't get beaucoup food then because the main source of this vitamin D is through sunlight. Even in Africa, the research have been done there. Then we don't do research there to say that beaucoup of the food then where we they eat not get vitamin D. So now make would they get rickets, not children specifically, and also osteomalacia, which is the degradation of your bones. So vitamin D is linked to your bone health. Okay, so if we're not able to create or produce this vitamin D, it's important say we therefore take 10 micrograms of this supplement. But again, at the tell you I'm not gonna go to a GP when I speak to them if we get concerned for saying when I know they get vitamin C. So which food them, or one of the limited food them way when I go able for eat, Now, oily fish, so as we don't say tilapia, where we dey eat boku, we dey eat mackerel, eel, sardines, anything where it gets boku oily fish consistency on it, then they get high vitamin D. The other food where we're gonna able for eat, we get vitamin D, now mushroom. So mushroom them, they're high in vitamin D. And the other one, na yogurt. So if you na eat low-fat yogurt, that get vitamin D, but when I therefore look the packaging to see if it's fortified. What is fortified? Fortified means that then add something that the yogurt for make some health benefits panan. So boku of the products then, where we they eat, sometimes then fortified with some sort of vitamin or mineral where they give health benefits. So at the telona for start to look at packaging to see if there's anything in the product that can give health benefits where it will help on our body, especially during this time when we don't say that the immune system needs to be strong. Okay, so the next one is copper. Copper now, one way people then they forget, they know they think about copper, they know they talk about that mineral so much. But it's very important, especially in fighting viruses, pathogens, bacteria, and so on, as it helps protect and fuel immune cells. So again, I'll go back to the analogy of the army. If when I know they're able to protect when I soldier them, then go die quick. If when I not able to give food for when I soldier them, they're not going able to perform well. So copper.
Now, Salon Detox, Salon Organization.
Okay, sorry. The copper, they help for protect and help for fuel the immune cells where they're able to fight viruses then, they help for fight bacteria, they help for fight any microorganism where they cause disease. So which kind of food where una go able for eat, where gets boku copper? So one of the food them, na seafood, so like prawns, lobster, if una get the money, and also crab. So if we include them now on our meals, on our diet, it will contain a lot of copper. The other thing, we're high in copper are whole grains. What thing I mean by whole grains now? Brown bread, brown pasta, brown rice, thing them where no go through a lot of processing, then they get a lot of copper inside. The other thing where when I go able for eat, as well, where we they eat already now we diet, now black-eyed beans, so if I cook beans, then they go get copper. We therefore also try for experiment more with the food and way we they eat. So for example, Jamaican then they eat red kidney beans with the rice and peas or black beans. So when I therefore try for find recipe then we get this food them where we're gonna able for eat for this time period. The other thing where when I therefore take, sorry, I think say somebody one can join the chat and I'm sorry. Okay, the other thing where when I therefore try for eat as well na chickpea them. So if you go on Google, you go able for find recipe where include chickpeas. So when I able for try and eat a variety of things, then even lentils. They beaucoup Asian they eat lentils, but we salon community or salon food them we know they use beaucoup lentil. So make we try for eat other things than where we know they normally eat now we diet, so that we will go able for get all the vitamin and mineral where we need for help for fight any infection or any disease. The other one where we know they talk so much about na zinc. Zinc is a very important mineral in our body, Seth, because it helps to create new immune cells. Again, they go back to the analogy. For example, if una don't fight war, una go don't lose soldier them. So una therefore recruit more soldier them for come for fight the war. So zinc, it helps for create this new immune cells. It helps for create this new fight of soldiers to fight the war, essentially. So it helps for develop the natural cells where they help for fight viruses, and it also they help for support communication between the immune cells. So, for example, again, in the army, when I get general, where they tell the soldier them where then they for attack. Now, the same way the body they do, now, they communicate, they tell them that they communicate now your body, for tell them, say, look, they then, now viruses don't come now the body, we there for fat time. Okay, so now the same way the body for COVID-19, and they say we get these symptoms where you didn't come. So mucus build up, then the body in reaction for set off any bacteria or anything will not belong to the body. They push them out to flush them. The other one now, for example, high fever is the body in response to say, you're not able to fight the infection, you're not able to fight the virus. So then are the key thing then where the body they do for help for fight them. So if you not take zinc through the diet where you they eat, or even if you not consider to take supplements, it go help for create this new immune cells which go able to communicate and point out where the virus there, where the infection there, and how to fight them. So which kind of food way we not go able to eat, we get high zinc. So oysters, now one of the main source we get high zinc in them. The other one not cheese. So if you not like cheese, we not eat cheese. The other one again now whole grains. So if you not they eat brown pasta, when they try to change from white pasta to eat more brown pasta, brown bread, porridge, any oats, things like that, they would have high zinc panam, where you go help for yourself, or do the right thing where you therefore do for fight the infection. Okay, so now we'll move to folate. Folate now other one where people then they forget, because normally the recommendation are for people, for women the way they Bεttεh or the one conceive. Folate is important for people then women the way they want conceive, because it stop the disease called neural tube defects. Within a neural tube defect. Neural tube defects now it stop the growth and of the baby in spine and brain. So it give defects to the pikin. So then the advice say that that's an important thing. Also, don't remind say with the vitamin D on anti-rugi can give some small chat for the combraden for waiting then they recommend that the community in the health community for waiting then they for take for vitamin D. So I go remind them for shed light on that information for Una. But folate in this COVID-19, how does it play a role in that? Is it produces again new immune cells. So if you the thing say not on normal one vitamin or mineral where they help, now more than one. So for example, zinc they do the same thing, but if they take normal one thing, they help for boost everything. So when I therefore make sure when they eat a variety of this food them in order for help each and every part of your body for help to fight the virus and the bacteria and the pathogens. So again, which food them we wanna go able to eat, we get high folate. So beaucoup people they know, but okra gets beaucoup folate. And if you're not to consume okra, that could raise your folate count and your folate status. The other thing that we're gonna eat when I therefore eat for increased folate, na granates. But when I therefore be careful say when I know they eat granates where get beaucoup salt, because then they are also the thing where they contribute to high cholesterol, high blood pressure, obesity, and any heart disease. So when I therefore take granates where no get salt, so they reap the benefit of the vitamin where they pan out, which is folate, and they also take care of the fact that when I know they over consume salt. The other thing where I see we know they eat beaucoup now with community na seeds. So seeds where you go able to buy and even na health section na Aldi, Morrison's, Home Bargains, Quality Safe, all them places there now then they sell all these seed them. So which seed and where they talk about? Lean seeds, na one, which na the brown one the way they see na the picture na yeah. Also pumpkin seed, which are the green one where you see now, yeah, and lean seeds, which are the ones that are here. if una dey see and well. Okay, so una dey try for incorporate seeds because the differences then get different properties within the help for fight disease cells. They help for lower cholesterol, they help for lower bokutin then. So it's good for start to incorporate different types of seeds and nuts. The other one where we get now Brazilian nuts, almonds, hazelnuts, cashew nuts. But again, they recommend makuna not eat one way get salt per hour, added salt, because as I said, you did the link to high blood pressure and so on. So it is important that you eat a good range of these nut them. You go snack panam, you go also increase your satiety. When I mean satiety, food way go help for your body for feel fuller for longer. So you will not go eat boku when the time they come for eat. When I done full up, so you not go eat boku portion them. It help for balance the diet in a way that you get the benefits of the vitamins, but also you're able for sustain your weight and sustain your diet. Okay, so this one, Uncle Dr. Kamara be kindly forward them to me. There's now more other food them way and then recommend for the community for eat them. Most of them we they eat already, like boku ginger, garlic, sweet potato. We therefore include also elderberries with gets boku antioxidants, which have been proven to reduce and prevent cancer in patients and so on. Watermelon, we eat a lot of watermelon. Make fruit salad, add them to smoothies, so on. Broccoli, spinach, pomegranate juice. These are all things that will help on for maintain a well-balanced diet. The other thing we want to recommend, herbal teas. There's a big market for herbal teas. Beaucoup people then are normal the one way they know neither they try, but I recommend makuna try different ones. You can see here they get beaucoup benefits where it can help on a body. For example, you see lavender gets benefits for reduced stress, anxiety. Peppermint leaf gets some properties that help in digestion, congestion. Fennel seeds, also the same thing, then gets properties where they help for sustain your diet and increase activity and increase immunity at the same time. So not a normal for go for waiting I know, but when I try for experience and try different tea them, we go help on when I drink boku liquid as well, and they're important for flush out any bacteria, any infection on any viruses. That make when you go to the doctor, then they tell you say when I drink boku hot drink, because then they help for flush out any thing where not belong in your body. Okay. Okay. So now I go how when I therefore keep the balanced diet. Now I know say beaucoup people then when they go to GP, then they go to health centers, then get something we call the Eat Well plate. The Eat Well plate now a recommendation from the government, the nutritionist, that they show which amount of food then and which food them where you therefore limit, which one you therefore eat more, and how you therefore keep the balanced diet. Now that Eat Well plate, they represent waiting Black people then they eat. So important say we get representation. Now Nigeria then don't get their own Eat Well place. So this not the picture where I don't put up now the presentation. This not the Benin house, and they represent in the African diet, waiting we therefore eat in abundance and waiting we therefore limit. So for example, the bottom you get all the starches, the bread, cassava, gari, yam, pounded yam, and so on. So then they then get their own properties were good, but we therefore understand say if they eat too much of anything, it have the adverse effect on her. So we therefore understand how we therefore limit how much of the food them, starchy food them way we they eat in order to sustain a good diet and a balanced one. The other thing where they recommend, now this section here, if we eat lean meat, such as tilapia, salmon, lean meat such as chicken or beef, but if you go to the supermarket, they get option of reduced fat meat. So if we're not able to get down there, it's good for our health. So it will reduce all the disease that we currently suffer with, which is high blood pressure, cardiovascular disease, obesity, type 2 diabetes. Okay. Now, I know say that we community, we they say when we they cook, we soup them, we say, we don't put okra, we don't put spinach, we don't put this, it good enough. We don't need other vegetable. Now then a wrong mentality, because as we don't talk per the previous slides, if you they eat a variety of every food, you go able for get all the vitamin and minerals where go help for fat, any infection, any bacteria, and any disease. So while we're not able to look on how we could add more vegetable per our food then. So not a normal one vegetable now you therefore add as many. The rule is 5 a day. Why not go try for add at least 3, small by small. I know they say you therefore do one all in one go. It takes time. If when I get picking them, we not like vegetable, try for blend them per the food. So they're not gonna say you get all these vegetable, they're not going to say, mama, I don't want to eat them, because they're not going to say they're inside. The other thing where we discussed, even with the health community, with the health group, we discussed the way we cook, we food them. For example, beaucoup people then, European people then, they not say if we cook the vegetable then too much, the vitamin and the minerals, they lost by the vegetable. Then they're not true. So then there's also a point of action for we community to say, when we cook plus us, for example, when I cook all the meat then, make sure then don't boil well. And if you they cook cassava leaf, you know say you therefore cook them more, but if not crane or anything with the cook fast, when I add a last so that it will retain the vitamin and mineral, so that then this could then help for counteract the disease the way we struggle with, as I don't mention, cardiovascular disease, type 2 diabetes, and obesity, because they're able to get all the benefits from the food them. But if you cook them too much, they lose in nutritional value, they lose in benefits. So they reap the benefits, the health benefits to your body. You could think say you don't eat well, but the vitamin and minerals they not come because you don't kill them off, So then at one point of action where the advice on for begin for do. The other thing where I see we community, we therefore eat beaucoup fruit. I know say people then they eat fruit now we community. We get beaucoup fruit and where we they enjoy for eat like pineapple, mango, banana them, plantain, so on. But the thing where the advice for in order for one to reap all the benefits for the vitamin and minerals is not so normal for eat the one the way or the one the way used to be. Try for eat fruit them where you not try before. Go to the supermarket, try for pick one where you not try before. Every week, introduce one new one to you picking them. So then they go able for understand how all the different fruit them then get them benefits, not a normal one. At the top, Naya, you see waiting you there for limits. So Naya then put condensed milk, fatty food them, food where gets beaucoup sugar, panan, and any over processed food. Now I know they say no eat them. Then the wrong advice I go give you now, because even me, a nutritionist, but I still eat McDonald's, I still eat KFC, but you see I know they put weight on because I know say I therefore eat them in moderation. I know say I therefore make sure that all the other things then where they eat, for example, that you see here are more than what is not recommended to eat. All the sugary foods, limit them to, let's say, once a week, little by little. I know they say now, go through all the snack then where you get, not so, if not a good progress now you go make. But this is a normal recommendation where they give for telling her that when I therefore begin for understand how to limit the unhealthy thing then with una they eat. Okay, especially for the young pikin then, we don't do a lot of research on what we they eat. The statistics the way then they show we now normal, because if we think say we they eat high dense food already, on top of that we they go and eat KFC, on top of that we they go eat other oily things, on top of that we they can fry puff puff, on top of that we they can fry plantain. Now so the thing then they escalate, you know, they no say what you they eat, no they contribute well to your health, and then you know, they start to think how I don't come with high cholesterol, how I don't come with type 2 diabetes. So let's start to envision more this plate, which they represent waiting with the eat, alongside waiting with the eat way not our indigenous foods, so European foods. You use the Eat Well guide to make a representation of what you the eat way na European, and this one for what you they eat way na African, because we know say our food na healthy food that we they eat, but many health professional way not from una background go tell una what you they eat not so good. But given that now we get more people than within the study food, African food, we go able to make small progress to understand which kind of food them we for include now with diet and which one we therefore left. Now the Nigerian food well, eat well plate, then bracket and then tell on we don't tell we waiting we therefore limit. So for example, then put panan to say we therefore reduce food in high fat, so like cow foods, og foods, stuff like that is the thing where you therefore limit. Now they put an up here. Now yeah, you therefore put an. You know therefore limit down there, and more include other things than way more beneficial for you for your health. So again, I go run through the food that way when I could include na on a diet during COVID-19. So pasta, rice, and grain. Make sure when they buy brown one. If when I know one brown one, then they get other alternatives where even include vegetable banan. Then get new pasta then where then get vegetable banan. If we're not able to find in a supermarket, the advice enough for buying. The other one, beans and lentils, as I don't discuss when I try for eat other beans where not to what we they eat now we diet salon community. If when I no one buy beaucoup fruits because when I scared that it would it go spoil, try to buy dried fruits. Most of them even get more vitamin and mineral than the fresh fruits. So that's the recommendation where they give una. If I need for snack, when I buy more nuts for snack on, more seeds. And the most important one as well is oily fish. When I eat oily fish, mackerel, salmon, tilapia, and so on. When I drink beaucoup water, the recommendation is between 7 to 8 glasses. Then, as I said before, it's good for flush your system from any bacteria or any virus or any pathogens. Okay, thank you for your time. The most important message now for stop the spread and spread kindness instead. Spreading kindness in the way that you love your body, you love your health, and you watch what you to eat. And also just to make you again aware that not a normal waiting you to eat, but now also how you they act by the COVID-19. So when I therefore wash on our hand, when I therefore do waiting, Uncle Dr. Kamara done give advice last week, we therefore follow on, because now then the most important way we go stop for catch the disease itself. But in order for your body for ready for fight any type of infection, it's important that we eat a balanced diet, a strong diet, a varied diet. So beaucoup different things that you therefore include by your diet in order for sustain those vitamin and mineral. Not a normal one vitamin and mineral where they contribute to fight the infection, or fight the bacteria, or fight the disease. So I therefore understand that then the message where the give you okay. But yeah, thank you very much for your time. Now I come go through the question and answer where we done. They've been done through the inbox, the Salone community inbox. Okay, so the first question where people, one person asked, people have said eating more onions and slippery foods, okra, crane, helps fight against COVID. How true is it? Now I'm gonna go to English, sorry guys, but I think it's best to explain it in English for me. So no and yes, it does not help fight COVID, as of course, as discussed earlier on. COVID-19 is, spread through catching it, and not just your immune system being strong enough. That doesn't mean that you can't actually contract the COVID-19. Is by following the rules that the government has advised, washing your hands, making sure you stand 2 meters away from people, and so on. But however, consuming a variety of health foods mentioned previously can help the healthy functioning of your immune system, which can then help you fight infections and viruses. So essentially, yes, if you the train you army for making you fight any type of war, then you get success for fight the war. But if your immune system not strong, it go hard for make you fight that infection or virus, and now make so many people then they die because the body not strong enough for make you fight the virus. Okay, so that's the first question. The second question is, can one get vitamin D from local Salone food? If yes, please kindly shed light on the type. As I mentioned earlier, no, sadly, African food has been researched by various researchers. And the only most successful way to get vitamin D is from the sunlight. And given that our skin is pigmented and we struggle to get vitamin D, to create vitamin D and produce vitamin D, it is very important that we try to get as much from our diet, so through oily fish, mushrooms, and fortified yogurt. But also, as I mentioned earlier, to consider taking a supplement of 10 micrograms. Again, if you are worried about your vitamin D status, please consult your GP. Your GP would be able to give you more direct information. Okay. And the next one was oysters. What class of food does it fall under? Oysters are classed as mollusks or mollusks. I can't really pronounce that very well. And they're under finfish and shellfish food group. Okay, so shellfish. They are high in protein and zinc. So that's what oysters are, okay? The other question was, what type of Salone food can one eat to help reduce the buildup of mucus in the throat and chest? Now, as I mentioned earlier, there's some responses that your body has to fight off infection, and one of them is buildup of mucus to get rid of any sort of, infection in the body, to try and fight it. That's one of the main symptoms. So if you are experiencing that, I should recommend that you should consult your GP for further help on this, as it might be a sign of a serious COVID-19, for example, or a serious infection, which may need more than just drinking a certain thing to help ease the inflammation. But I have researched that, and soursop, which the Salone community is well aware of, can help reduce the inflammatory in the chest and airways. So that's one thing that you can consider. But if this problem persists, I advise you to consult your GP for further help on this. So they were the questions that came through. But now I'm going to open it up to people and the questions that they have. But before I do so, and I'll keep it up as long as we're getting all these questions, is my contact details and the Salone community details to send questions, any further questions from this session and any other preceding session. If you've got any questions in regard to anything that was discussed today, you can send me a personal email address if you need a personalized nutritional meal plan. Now, I am trying to help the community So I will do it at a discounted rate, but we'll discuss this further. If you want that service, we can discuss that privately. So I'll share that email address here, which is mine. And then for the salon community, any questions, as I said, please forward them to this email, and we'll be able to answer them accordingly in the following sessions. I also have social media pages which I share information on ethnic foods and their nutritional profile and the health benefits that come with them. So I've recently opened up a Facebook page, but as such, I've not really updated that many things on there. It's more depending on the demand. So if more people on Facebook, I'll post more there. But my main page is Nutrition Nubian on Instagram. But the actual name of the page is Nubian Nutrition, but given that somebody already jumped in there with the name, is Nutrition Nubian. So if you've got Instagram and you want to follow more up-to-date information on Salon food and even West African foods and Caribbean foods and so on, I give nutritional information and highlight the health benefits of the foods on there. So that's my contact details. I'll keep them on there. And now I'll take in the questions. But again, thank you very much for your time and for joining me.
Thank you very much, Fatima. Hello and welcome to the one that we joined with late. My name is Timu John Fuller. I'm the host of the program. The lady we just don't talk to it on. My name is Fatima Kuruma, a registered nutritionist. We just deliver the session. Also on the panel, we also get Dr. Kamara. We will able to answer any medical question I'll get. Also, we get Ms. Gugi Kamara. We're in a mental health nurse and community health nurse as well. So if we get any questions regarding health, he gave an answer on her. Unfortunately, we'll not get Mr. Ibrahim, so it's see today. Miss any apologies, but we'll join we next week. I see Auntie Memuna and the ups. I'll come to you in a bit. Please, dear, if you now want to ask questions, and because we get a lot of people who open everybody mic, everybody begin talk, we're not going to be hearing anybody. So I will say the tool gets, the Zoom app, it gets functionality within where you can able to ace your hand up. However, if you ace your hand up on your video and I see your hand up, I will come to you. If not, please use the one within the tool where I'll be able to see everybody in one go. Okay, so I will go to Auntie Memuna first. I will give audience for let ask question. Now, anybody within the team go end up answering that question. So I will unmute the people in the panel for them to answer the question. Okay. Auntie Memuna, I don't unmute you. I will come to you, Miss Bobson. I don't know the name Bobson, but I will come to you after Auntie Memuna. Auntie Memuna? Dr. Kamara and Cecil will give, I'll unmute you yourself, please. I'll get for answer questions, please.
Hello?
Yeah, Auntie Memuna, yes, will they hear you?
They hear me?
Yes, ma'am.
Yeah, I get two questions. The first one, I just comment I want to take on behalf of the Salon community and Greater Manchester and beyond for tell boku thank you to we picking Miss Fatima Kuruma. And, we're so proud of the way he handled the session with actually trying for talk the Krio to a level where anybody with the area are so proud. I know why they talk Krio with Fatima, even though I'm young picking, now English with the talk. So I'm so proud of with the whole world the area. Food is a very fundamental thing where we just take for granted. We not never did. This now the first day we get we on Pekin, we Salon Pekin. When they tell we about what they eat. May God bless and may God continue for you and the wisdom.
Thank you.
Amen.
And may God bless the whole community. You the host are full for bringing this one. Now we platform. This now very, very good thing will not happen. So I just want to say thank you, Fatima. Continue for doing. We wish you all the best and continue for doing more.
Thank you, Auntie.
The other question yesterday, last week I had a discussion with Dr. Kamara, but unfortunately the time.
Yes,
so with COVID-19, when you don't get the symptoms, then you don't feel better. We're not able to get a proper answer for say if you don't get them, whether you go get them back. And when you get them back, you go get them worse or what you need to do, because it's really confusing when you say if you don't get the symptoms, and unfortunately with the stinginess of the country, when they know they do tests on people that we don't get the symptoms, so you know we're able to say 100% on perhaps number one, we don't see the symptoms where Dr. Kamara don't take in term, don't explain to me last week. So you go say, okay, well, I don't get this COVID-19, but you not get 100% assurity for say, yes, I don't do the test, mean a positive or negative. So how you go do if say something similar happen?
Dr. Kamara?
Yes.
The answer we auntie, please.
Thank you so much for the question, Aja Ramona. First of all, this sick, as you know, as I say, na new sick. Now, first they call them novel virus, but means new. So a lot of the question then probably as time they go on, we will forget the answer. But for bring you back to which you ask, it's a bit like where somebody don't catch the flu. Somebody get flu, and before we get the flu, then we don't give them the vaccine. And then the vaccine not to stop the sick, not for come you body. It's only that when you get the sick, if you be get for sick, bad one, you not go sick that way. The sick will be mild, the symptoms will be mild. But clearly, you will get immunity to that kind of same virus day if not get for come back. But because this na virus when a RNA virus, you get this unique characteristic, or if you like, quality for changing self. So they call it mutation. They mutate itself. So because they mutate, it can change to another one. So for example, if this one will come now A, so then the other one will come now A+1 or A+B or something like that. But clearly, somebody will be not catch A when this one current one. If you go in a region where A day prevalent, it must get resistance or immunity against A. But guarantee no, they say you no go get A+ if na income. However, if you own army, like how Fatima talk, so if you own military in your body, you defense in your body high up, you can come in contact with this virus and fetch them for yourself. And if you fetch them for yourself, you possibly say you go even ride them through without you know even know say you get them. Or if you know say you get them, now mild symptoms now you will get. Because what you do, your immune system robust, really good. They high up there for fat. And of course, we talk about the food that we go help you for do that. The lifestyle, the health advices we get from not only we, but Public Health England, and of course, the other one then. But of course, you must get some immunity. No questions. If you don't get sick, you must get some immunity. Which I want to draw your attention to is all man they talk about this test. Now, I think that the other part of the question, and we talk about this test. Now, the test, not a foolproof for say, if you don't test negative, that means you not get the sickle. Please, I want people to listen to me carefully, because the test get false rate. Yeah, it gets a negative. We call them false negatives and false positives. Now, if, for example, when you can't test me, something that day one of my contact of this particular sick, it possible say I go test negative. If the viral load, that is the amount of virus we can in my body, is low, it possible say I go test negative. And of course, if my immune system so good that you know when you test me, you know see I'm that no me say no did it possible say did it, but sometimes I depends on so much that you don't even notice that. And lastly, it depends on who side they do them. They don't find out say when they take this swab, some man can take them from the mouth, some man can take them from the nose, and even from the nose. If you just come put that in there at the front of the nose, it possible say you go miss them. So this particular thing is supposed to go at the back of the nose when I did this virus left for the down for day. So if you're not going at the back, it possible say you go miss them. And if you can now, you go test this thing and then you're not going at the back, then you can't come prove say negative. It possibly say you go give that false assurance say, hey, I'm not get the sickle. But for me, in particular, the most important way for actually handle this sick now through the antibody test, we now you will all the wait for, even we waiting at the front line. Because the antibody, now only somebody we don't get this sick, we come as an antigen, we come inside body as an antigen, now you go get the military, the defense, we go respond to that antigen, the make antibody, for create what we call antibody. So you get antigen, now they enter, and then the response way they get the antibody. So when you look at the antibody response in the body, you know say this person don't get exposure to this virus or to this sickness. Now, obviously, like how they do with hepatitis B with the give vaccine. So if the response to the vaccine are less than 100 units, then clearly we know say you not go for walk now any place where you go exposed to any of them procedure where get sharp objective. So therefore, then go for give you a booster. And that is where this thing will help you. Because if we know say the immune response where you get low, we need for booster. Now make we all the pray say by the end of the year, next year, by God's grace, we will get a valid vaccine where we know say will actually help like how the other vaccine will help with the other thing. I hope say this clear.
Thank you very much, Doctor.
Thank you.
The next person will be Bob Simbasi. Don't put your hand on. If anybody else get any question for ask, please put your hand up. Cecile, yes, you want to say something? Go ahead, man.
Yes. First of all, I just want to say thank you to Fatima. As in Auntie don't say, he really presents in topic very well. For talk about Krio back, you do very well. Thank you.
Thank you.
Fatima will talk about vitamin D back, where we talk about for them for women them and Kumara. You know, because sometimes hello? Sometimes
Go ahead, man.
Yes, the recommendation where they give for vitamin D, especially for them picking them. Because again, just like how they say, now the sun, now the vitamin D they come out plus the other small food they normal way they way would they get vitamin D. So the government recommend this as for more for maybe this part of the world, maybe Africa, it did there as well. For say, where picking born or wait on 4 weeks, from 4 weeks, then they give them vitamin D, then the vitamin D drops. Okay? Then you go give the picking 5 years old, you go begin to take vitamin D now from 4 weeks. The Komra, if they give Bobby, instead for they take the vitamin D, because that vitamin D they pass, because the Bobby back not gets, the Bobby water not gets, the milk, the breast milk not gets better vitamin D. And you know one for like the Komra depleted, then the Komra not get vitamin D, then the picking self, they pass vitamin D to them. So then they recommend, just like Fatima said, the Komra self for take vitamin D, so that thing go get in your own vitamin D, then it will pass a small to in picking. So when picking 4 weeks old, in picking self where begin and then vitamin D drops, then if you go to your GP, now the Western Wall, then you will get them over the counter. Now again, we got to remember the people where need for take vitamin D, just like Fatima say, we skin because we skin very dark. This sun I also not they penetrate. Even now, from October to March, they say all man, even the white man for take vitamin D, they say, okay, you can stop. But like the black man, we can't stop because we skin too dark for the sun for like he work for we. So if we continue for take the vitamin D, just the white man self they continue for take them. You know, so the old people, because they need to come out, sun they meet their food, when I think about it, then Asian or anybody where they rap, in order they get better vitamin D, the picking themselves now the same thing. So anybody when they expose in body, and if for day between 2 to up to 20 minutes when the sun warm, for go outside, let you body penetrate, let the sun penetrate, that's when the sun come out summertime, for like you get that vitamin D day, right? So every day if it's possible, now if for come out na do, where the place warm, then we get a bit of vitamin D, because if not for that, the vitamin D, na transporter, for like you, vitamin D and calcium, then they work together because the vitamin D they help for like the calcium move as well, because they make them picking and they get rickets in Africa where they not get enough vitamin D, even though the sun day, right? So now that I've been one for say, and thank you to Fatima for a good presentation.
No, thank
you very much, ma. Okay, Mr. Kaloko, we'll come to you because you get for do the roundup. If you get question at that time, then you will come up with your questions. So I will come to you. Most likely, I'll come to you last. I will go next to Miss Adijatu. I'm going to meet you. Yeah, go ahead, please.
Hello, good evening, everybody.
Good evening, ma. The boss lady.
you know, as everybody don't say, with regards to Fatima, you do a really, really good job, because we all know, say, most of we picking them, then they understand Krio, but they're not able for talk. So for let do a whole session and talk Krio. I know say this is away from health, but also when we begin and get a good job, then do well in our society, it even make them get a healthy mind as well. So me, they talk to Fatima, say, please, if you can be a mentor to some of our kids.
Yes, Auntie.
With regards to helping them, especially if we get a nutritionist, one as Sierra Leonean, or African even, you know, because just like the last, the first presentation I do, I've had experience of when people are telling me, eat this food, but it is, they're all food where I'm not going to sit down for it. So basically, once you're on then diet, and they fall off, because not your natural food you they eat.
Exactly.
So having a nutritionist amongst we, and maybe helping other people for CC, we don't just have to do this kind of job where naina we own job there, where most of we come up from the black and ethnic minorities that they do, knowing that we can spread with wings, and as long as you put your head and focus to them. So please, if you can do that, that will also be, and also I'd encourage the panel for, they will try for get a session when I mainly picking and go attend.
Yeah.
So we as parents and for long motivate to picking them, let them attend one session will be mainly child friendly and talk to them about different things there, whether not mental health, whether not nutrition and things like that, because when they hear from professional as well and seeing say somebody where come on my own part of the world, they do this kind of thing, it gets a positive impact where they left from them. So well done, Fatima.
Thank you very much. Thank you.
Thank you very much, Mr. Fino. Thank you guys. So far, there are the big, anybody get questions, they will bring and come up. So far, we get people from the US, we get people from Nottingham, Birmingham, Manchester, London, United Arab Emirates, we get people from South Africa. So guys, wanna continue for spread the word, but also wanna go to come up with our questions them. We get the inbox. If you get question where you want then touch on where the session they on, send them beforehand. The person will deliver the session will make sure see they incorporate them as part of the delivery material. But also feel free for ask questions. So are they still, you know, the floor still open. I'll give another, say maybe another 2 minutes. Then after that, I will ask the chairman, Mr. Kaloko, for giving a short statement. Then after that, we will ask a member of the panel, well, a member of the group for let them say a Christian prayer for the will wrap up. Yes, Miss Gugi, sorry, man, go ahead.
Yeah, just a reminder no more for all man back for say this diet and nutrition where Fatima really don't talk about so. That will not just forget for say no more, not just for COVID-19. Not way for continue for the rest of your life them.
Yeah.
You understand? Then small changes and all they make, it prevents we for like we not go to hospital. It prevents we not go to with GP, let them go give me medicine. Right? Well body, what is a well body pass Bεttεh pass Gentri. So we get for get down in at the back of your mind all the time for say, yes, Fatima don't do it, you don't talk to we so now. We go for take what you don't tell we for onwards now for the rest of your life, for we step now for picking them and for the generation the way they come. So we get for get down the law, get down for as in at the back of your mind them. Thank you.
Thank you very much. I don't know if Auntie Tala day on. If Auntie Tala day on, I go on mute am at the end. Do I let give you a Christian prayer? Auntie Tala, you there on? Yes, okay. I will come to you at the end. Sorry, I did put you on the spot, but I will ask you let you say a short prayer for we before we wrap up. So I they go now to Mr. Kaloko.
No, Bendu gets a hand up. Mr. Moderator, Bendu.
Okay, yes, I don't see her now. I did on the video. If you say go put them up on the all right. Auntie Bendu, I'm now look for you. I go on mute you, Mr. Kaloko, you will go for wait first. Yes, Auntie Bendu. Yes, go on, ma.
Hi to everyone. This is not my first time for joining. I mean, in Bindu, this is not my first time for joining this.
You're welcome, ma.
Group, and I'm so pleased, especially today where I hear me picking where I not see him for 5 years. For 5 years. I'm so impressed. I'm so impressed. Tell you, Mama Anita, that you are an inspiration to our children here, because that is so much important. Just as where Adija talk, these are the things we want to be seeing. Yeah. Our children should be able to come forward and tell us what they are really doing. So thank you, Fatima. Thank you very much. Sierra Leone is proud of you, and we are very proud of you.
Thank you very much, ma. Thank you. We're glad to say we all find the program and the session then very beneficial. The next program it will come up next week Saturday. Just for inform the one they will not know. Now every Saturday we do this. It will take roughly about an hour to an hour and a half. That's including the presentation and the question and answer. So I will communicate you to now latest by Tuesday. I will send on the new topic we will talk about next weekend. Every week I'm going to bring the program out. In time, I will end up sending out a list of programs, the sessions they will get for the cover topics them, which including the dates them. I will make sure I'll communicate to them. Yes, Mr. Malik Fofana. Yes, you ask questions, sir. How are you?
Yeah, how are you? All cabo. This young lady, I'm impressed by this lady. This lady tell me say no more anytime salon picking they can make your way.
Indeed.
Madam, I give kudos to you. Mr. Fuller, now one thing about the time, this program is so important and good. You know, I just see different things where I'll be the see all that here, but I don't know.
Okay.
How the value. So the time you can forget small time, because so on the internet today, if you can do a job safe, you know it, what should they listen? They get the value. But the time is too small for I want to add up to the time. Time too small.
Okay. What I will say is for but I think we'll consider, because even for we'll do at 6 o'clock now based on feedback from other people. What I will say we do is if we able honor the audience, because this program not for we say for they do and for now for now they do and for. So if we now begin send we the questions then beforehand, you know. Elect will not see the topic, just send we questions beforehand or send we a particular topic where you go let follow we discuss. Okay, we go able to plan properly. So in that way, by the time we all come, instead of we can't tell now waiting we feel for tell now, instead of we can't hear waiting una don't ask we that question they will answer. But we'll go take them on board, we'll look at them and see how we're able to improve. Okay. There's always room for improvement. We'll continue for improve. Like I said, no this program na for now. How una one we do am now so go do am. Okay. Yes, Sisi will give you answer something, ma?
No, that's it. Really, just next week we go talk about that day.
Okay, guys, we'd almost run out of time, so I go ask the group lead, Dr. Kamara, for just round way up. After that, I go ask Mr. Kaloko for give you a short statement number on what you think. Then the final bit will be at Itala, where I go ask for let's say a short Christian prayer for we, then they go send we off on we way. So, Dr. Kamara, over to you, sir.
Yes, as I say, me fumble them. I don't do well. This one, I don't know how to talk about because me much full the joy, you know. If I'm way somebody they fed for something where you see, you find where people appreciate waiting the person they try for do. And I take my hat off to Fatima. You know, I know they ever do say that's why it's a bit of Krio. Absolutely commendable, you know. I honestly, I really impressed by that. And for actually, as one man they talk and conduct, you know, a whole session, talk about 40-50 minutes, you know, without much of going them. That is, you know, highly commendable. Now, this is the thing that we talk about, you know. As I say, we all the learn. This thing not just I see begin, so you need to go backwards, so now forwards no more they go, because we need to get with people and for appreciating. I tell you what, we get health inequalities where they exist, you know, and particularly with we the black people and with we the BAME community. Therefore, we need for look after ourselves. Not to which man will look after we all. Now we get for look after ourselves. And so if we get the professional, then like we get this hotel go thank you. We need for utilize and we need for get people in for appreciate. I tell you what, which man they pay for let them go listen to their language, their mama language. Here you are, you get them pro bono, if you like. gratis. Yeah, they give you free of charge. Therefore, I urge you now, everybody, please spread the word. What you want now for level for reach out to now for make una know say this thing now na interest now with yourself. You know, we go get the knowledge, but clearly that now one thing for we. But I think say if we make an impact, it will actually help people. Them, as I say, going back to my religion, they say if by what you do you save one life, it's equal to like who you save a whole of mankind or humanity. And the converse is true. If you take one life, way not to your role, not to your duty, but take life, is equal to like who you take the whole lives of humanity, and you don't want that. So we they use this thing we God give we, they lock the blessing for make you able for reach out to now and try to equate and address the difficulties and the differences we face. So because we don't run out of time, I don't go able to talk much, but I tell you, thank you, and please, una spread the word. Apart from that, we need the feedback them from una, so we go know how for able for tailor this thing to una needs them. Because at the end of the day, now una more important, because the more the audience, the better the presentation, and of course the better the outcome, the benefit from it. So thank you one and all, and God bless Mama Salone, God bless England, and God bless we all.
Thank you very much, sir. Dear, at the big panel, dear Mr. Bob Simbi don't ACN before, but we put on down. So I'm going to meet and quick. Dear, big make and short. We don't run out of time. Mr. Bobson, I don't unmute you. Mr. Bobson. Hello.
Hello.
Yes, sir.
Oh,
go ahead, sir.
Yes, how now they do?
Thank you, sir.
Yeah, I tell you, thank you for organizing this program. Okay, me not a member of now community, as somebody invites me.
Get us a low man.
Yeah, but the moment you tell me saying for Bɔdi business, that's well, I go just tune in, I just listen to now.
Yes, sir.
You know, because Bɔdi business, the old man, your business, you know. So,
yes,
so I tell you, thank you. I find it very educative, very informative. You know, I ask one or two questions, but I don't too late now, you know.
No,
yeah, so,
you're not late. You can send it to me by email.
By email, right? Okay.
Yes, we get to email. We get
the presentation itself. Is it possible Fatima send it to would I get interest?
Yes, if you request them by email, we'll go send the presentation to her.
Okay, brilliant. Yeah, that's very brilliant. Yeah, so I will contact.
We'll try for see as well if we're able to put them on Facebook. I will talk to Adija and we'll try for see if we can put our presentation there on Facebook.
On Facebook, okay.
So it will be available to all.
Yeah. Okay, well, I know more.
Okay, thank you very much, and thank you very much for attending. Wanna spread the word. Okay, the last word I will pass on to Mr. Joseph Kaloko, when I'm the chairman for the organization of Sierra Leone, Greater Manchester, when I'm the project sponsor. Mr. Kaloko, go ahead, sir.
Thank you, Mr. Fuller. First of all, I've not been there last week, so I'd like to say thank you to Dr. Kamara, when I'm the professional led for this program. Obviously, yes, this now will promise to the community, say we try to bring the community together. And one way to do that, this kind of project will able, win, people's mind and hearts and minds for make sure say yes, then they feel part of the community. And of course, they are part of the community. So now just cut I'm sure because of the time.
Yes, sir.
Last week, I know they tell me all and I listened to the audio and I'm really impressed with everything, the delivery. Then coming back today, Fatima impressed me because what happened when I first contact you about this project, now you say, you say, well, I go do them. Now I say, well, boy, get for be on the local dialect. Now you pause first. So I feel say no, they can again for contacting Piaro. But anyway, kudos to you. Well done. Yeah. Like what Adija been mentioned about this mentorship is really important because what you do, we're not only focusing on the adults, we also they focus on the picking them because those are the future leaders. We get for take this organization and take Salone to the next level. You see, so I encourage every parent for me to involve, get their kids them involved. So we can able make a difference to we own life and to we begin a life. Then coming back to time increase, I think it's a very important thing. But as time goes on, we they look or review the activities on that. It's a joy, like what Mr. Kamara say no more. I'm really, really happy. I'm over excited. we want to make this program to be a first point of contact when they go for go see GP or they go for go see any of the health professionals outside with community remit. So this will be a first point of contact where you get any other issue, where we able get first-hand evidence from community professionals, because it's all about utilizing our local resources. When I took office, now that I promised to be community say, we try for bring, with local resources and make use of them. And this is one way to do that. Cut matter short, I thank you now all. Let's stay alert, stay safe, and protect, we would England, Lord protect the NHS. Thank you very much.
Thank you very much, sir. Okay, thank you very much, Mr. Chairman. Now, Auntie Tala, I will unmute you. Auntie Tala, I will unmute you, dear big mama. Say, okay. Give you a quick prayer and send me off on the way.
Okay.
Yes, ma'am. I don't unmute you, ma'am.
Father, in the name of Jesus, amen. As we collectively come together to say thank you, Lord, for the blessing that you have bestowed on us this evening. In this community, we have seen and observed the learning that has taken place, the blessing that has bestowed upon this young lady that have come to this community to enlighten the younger ones. Father God, we say thank you for the progress. And for this, we say it is a wealth of everyday solution. Matthew 6:11 says, give us this day our daily bread. And indeed, it is our daily bread, with education, with enlightenment, with progress, with development, with support. We are so proud to have her, but that's how God works in our community. People underrate the ability of Sierra Leoneans, whether you're born as Salone or not, whether you're born at Usai, but Sierra Leoneans are well educated, well deserved. All we have to do is the support that we need to get to each other. So for this, I tell God thank you. I will say thanks be unto God who daily loads us our benefit. Is made all grace, every favor and earthly blessings come to me, to us in abundance, such that we always and under all circumstances, whatever we do, whatever we need, is self-sufficient for everyone as we possessing enough to require, to aid or support and furnish in abundance for every good work and charitable donation that we receive. Amen. In Jesus' name, because for this, from this point on, it will go from strength to strength and from glory to glory. In the name of Jesus, we ask. Amen. Amen.
Oh, thank you very much, ma. To all my people in the UK, the length and breadth of the UK, I tell on plenty thank you for when I take on a time out for attend today. And to me people from the US, South Africa, UAE, and everywhere else in the world, and Salone. Now, I didn't forget people in the Salone, people in the call as well from Salone. I tell on plenty thank you. Let God bless you all, and let all continue for keep safe. Thank you very much. Good night.
Amen. Good night.
Bye bye.
Amen. Wow.